Hey coaches, this is Coach Parker with CoachParker.org. How you guys doing today? Hey, today I've got another video from a reader request about how to break down game film and scouting, which I thought was a pretty interesting topic. I haven't done anything for about 4 or 5 years on it. So today that's what we're going to talk about. And before we do, if you can like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff on the video, that really helps me out on YouTube, and it's free, doesn't cost you anything. And if you want to support me in more ways, maybe monetarily, you can head over to my playbook store and check out all my new playbooks and ebooks. There's 17 over there now, not just the Beast or the 6'2 Multi-8 or Wildcat. There's top youth football formations over there and ebooks and plays, drills, 707 and 8-man football. So check all that out. Please like and subscribe to help me out. Thanks a lot. So let's jump right into breaking down game film and scouting. And I must give a shout out to Steve Belichick's book, Football Scouting Methods. I thought I just read that a few years ago, but I actually bought it in 2010. So it's been 12. But highly, highly recommend that book. There's a link, I think, on my website somewhere in my private Facebook group. So you can check that out. A lot of these theories and a lot of this is coming out of that book and others, but I just reread his book last night, so a lot of this is flowing from there. And also want to give a shout out to some of the members in my private youth football coaching private Facebook forum over there. They had some comments there, which I've included here. And I think I've caught just about everything. This is probably a long video, I would say 20 minutes or so. So hang in there. It'll probably turn into a podcast too. So if you guys are on the podcast, I will try to put this file of slides and PowerPoint up in the private group. So look for that private group. There's links out there, and please answer the questions if you want in. So what is it about scouting that you're trying to do and breaking down game film and doing that? Well, you want to stop your opponent for what they do best. That's kind of the overall goal of what you're looking for. Now, if you're scouting your own self, or you're breaking down your own film, you want to find kind of strengths and weaknesses, but we'll go over that here as we go through. So you want to record and document gameplay of yourself or your opponent. Find key information to help you prepare for the next game, analyze the information, formulate your game plan, implement, test your game plan. You can test your theories by watching their film again and trying to guess what they're doing off of your scouting report. So you can do that. Then you want to implement some of that in practice, execute it definitely in the game from your report. So, really what you want to try to do is, if they're going to beat you, you really want them to do something new in the game, right? So you don't want them to beat you with what they've been running. And the interesting thing about this book, it was written in the 60s where film and using film was just coming out. And it was interesting. He said something like, nothing is hidden on film, especially the secret. So you really want to film your practices, their games, trade film if you can. Please don't do this. When I was coaching in Denver, I was new to the league. People knew I was from Texas and have coached before and was a good coach. So they were filming and scouting my practices. Don't do that, unless you ask coaches to do that. I think filming scrimmages, if you ask to do that, that's okay. But don't go to somebody's private practice and film it and scout it. But hey, to each his own, if that's what you want to do. So that's the overview on scouting. In general, we want to get all the defensive, offenses, special teams formations, draw those out. What do they look like? Where the players are on there. And I draw all this stuff out on a yellow pad. I look at their top 5 plays, run and pass in general. We're looking for tendencies and patterns, left or right, middle. Do they like to pass? Do they misdirection? That kind of stuff. Strengths and weaknesses, what they're good at, what they're not, their best and their worst players. What is there any unique quality about this particular team and what they do? What is that? Can you identify that? And why do you think this team wins or loses? And what is that? Then what are they really good at? That's always what I like to know. What is this team really good at? Because if you figure out a team is a misdirection team, you need to tell your guys to stay at home. So that's one thing. If they're really good at misdirection, running counters and reverses, we don't want to be over pursuing. So that's kind of what I mean there. What kind of type of team are they? Are they a power team, Smashmouth, misdirection? Do they pass? Are they just losing against everybody? So that's kind of thing. And then another good thing is, that I like to ask and ask around is what are other coaches saying about this team and how they beat them or why did they lose against this team? And you can get some good information there sometimes. So in general, that's what we're looking for when we break down film or we're scouting another team or we're looking at ourselves and scouting ourselves. I do that a lot. I scout our team and figure out what we're doing so we can get better. So let's take a look at generally on offense. What am I looking for? I'm looking for their best three or four formations. I'm looking up their top 5 plays and plays that have scored touchdowns and extra points because I want to stop those. Do they have a standard opening play that they like to run in the first half and the second half? A lot of guys will have kind of what they'll do, and so you can kind of stop it. It's kind of amazing. They'll run the same play every half and every game. Is there a series of plays they like to run? I mean, a lot of people have figured out that I like to go beast tank left, beast left, wedge. Those are that's a series that I like to do. Works out great for me. So are they doing something like that? And can you catch them? Are they faster than we are? Because if they are, they can probably sweep on us. So we'll need to deal with that. Is this a running team or a passing team? And if you think they're a passing team, I'm always like, are they completing more of their 50% of passes? Because if they're not, please pass on us because that's a simple game to win. It's what somebody said the other day. If your enemy's making a bunch of mistakes, don't stop them from that. Let them keep making it. So if they want to pass and not complete anything, man, let them do that all day long. Are they misdirection or power? Do they run a lot of counters? I like to know that. Are they if they're running a downhill team or he's using a lot of misdirections? Because I need to tell my linebackers, hey, we can't be over pursuing. A lot of coaches are into this, and I should be more. And what is their snap count and cadence? And can you jump that? And you can try to get that in pregame if you can, although that's questionable if you should be over scouting your opponent in pregame, but people do it. So you can hear that. Is their quarterback a passer, runner, manager? How deep can he throw? How far can he throw? I like to know, can he throw this wide screen? Because in youth football, they'll put out these split ends and flankers out there. And, can he really even throw it that far? Because if he can't get out, I'm blitzing corners and doing all that kind of good stuff. So take a look at that. We always want to know who their best running back is. I call him the rabbit. And the other is the best receiver. I call him the birdie. And if they have a really good tight end, he'll be the teal duck for tight end, teal. So I'll look at that. I also want to know what back fumbles the most. Can we strip that guy? So that's a good thing. Do they run right or left, or will they run a lot down the middle? You kind of want to look at that. All those kind of weird tendencies. What are their offensive splits? Are they off the football, deep off the football, close to the ball, those kind of things? Do the O linemen give away certain things? Their deep foot, their stance. Same thing with the backs. You'll get a lot of young backs looking at the hole, their feet point to the hole, or they'll cheat over. Does the quarterback drop his foot a certain way when he opens that the ball's going to go that way? And are the wide receivers and split ends and those kind of guys, are they just too wide? And kind of look at that. So those are some general things. Now let's get into kind of, I guess I shouldn't put general offense. This is more just getting into detail here. Uh, is this what defense is this offense great against? Um, have they been running against other defenses that are like yours and they're really good? So you've got to adjust. Or what defenses have stopped them in the past? So look at that. Um, does their O lineman stance give away if it's run or pass? A lot of groups will go into a 3-point for a run, 2-point for a pass. So you kind of look at that. I think I already went over this. Are wide receivers and split ends, are they decoys or do they really throw to them? Does the quarterback stay in the pocket? Does he sweep? Does he throw better to the right or to the left? A lot of quarterbacks, because they're right-handed, will throw better to the right, and so all those passes are to the right. So you want to look at that. Can the offensive line pass protect long enough for that quarterback to get the ball off? A lot of teams want to pass and it's daddy ball at the quarterback, but they don't throw it well. They can't catch it well. And definitely the blocking is terrible. So do they have any fancy trick plays? I run the Statue of Liberty out of the Beast spread trips formation jumbo. So that's my one trick play. I've also got the squad gang bunch formation. So at older teams, I'll pull those things out. Do they have a special play for 2-point when they go for that conversion? Are they doing a lot of audibles, no huddle right off the bat? So that's a kind of a thing to look at. Are they getting a lot of penalties by a certain player or motion? Are they holding? You can tell all that to the refs before the game, and that'll help you out. Who's their best lineman? Are they flipping him to run behind him, which is the next? Are they running behind this best O lineman? There's a 6th grade video out that I have of a team that I helped last season, and they had a lineman that was like, gosh, he was 6'2" or 3 in 6th grade and huge. He's the first lineman that almost knocked me down in my 30-plus seasons coaching. They ran behind him a lot. Can you figure out their base blocking call? Zone, gap, God, TKO, gold, all that good stuff. What is that? What are they doing on certain plays there? So now if you're going to draw up the plays, you want to draw up their formations. What players are in those positions, what their jersey numbers are, who they're subbing, and make a note of the MPPs for youth football. So, you're going to draw up the play so you can stat it out eventually. You want to take down and distance. I usually mark also if it's the first series, second series, third series kind of thing. Are they going from the right hash, left, or middle? Who's the ball carrier? What was kind of the play call in your own terminology so you can get it back out? What was the whole number? Was it a gain or a loss? Who ran the ball? What was his position and jersey number? How was the play blocked? Key thing here is, was it a balanced or unbalanced line? I see a lot of times in youth football, coaches aren't understanding balanced and unbalanced and how that works, and they're not adjusting well. I'll go from a balanced even to an unbalanced line on certain plays and formations, and we catch people. We'll also flip a line from strong to weak and run our strong side to the play side, and maybe flip a tackle or 2 tackles on a counter to the backside. So you need to watch on each play how those linemen may be flipping around. What are the line splits? Because you can tell sometimes maybe there's a bigger split split at the play called hole. I know I do that sometimes, so you might want to look at that. Uh, do they always run to the wingback side? Are they following the fullback through the hole 90% of the time? And that really, really will help you call blitzes and stunts, won't it? Uh, Another thing that Belichick talks about is how did the offense get the football to start the series? Because there's a lot of coaches, old time coaches, that will throw a Hail Mary or do a reverse if they get a turnover. So those are kind of things maybe to look at. What are they doing audible wise, shifting wise, and why do you think they're doing that? Look at that also with motion. So like I said, what play did they do after a penalty or a turnover? Some coaches have standard plays that they'll do after those things. And then what formation and what kind of plays do they really use when they need to get, short yardage and long yardage? Are they passes or their runs? So that's sort of some stuff there on offense. It's kind of long winded here. On defense, let's get through this real quick. Again, it's like you want to draw out the formations, anything unique. What are they doing on plays? I'll draw, the other team's offense against the defense and basically put that defense together and see what they're doing. Especially if it's an offense similar to my offense, I want to see exactly what they're doing to adjust to that. You want to look at their subs, their MPPs. Is this player soft, tough, monster, timid, big, MPP kind of thing? Are they an odd defense, even? Do they stack? What's their percentage of blitzing? Is it an over and under front? Do they pull anything like that off? Are they slanting to the wing? Those kind of things. Who are the top 3 tacklers by position and jersey numbers? What's your best D lineman, corner, linebacker, both run and pass wise? How are they aligning against an unbalanced line? How do they deal with nasty tight end, split ends, twins, trips motion? Are they good with the pass? Do they take the decoys with the wide guys? And do they move into different coverages when you do that? Big one for me is what's the defensive end contain man's alignment? Are they boxing? Are they angling in like I do? Are they moved off the line? Are they reading? Are they tight to the tight end and jam the tight end and then try to contain? What are they exactly doing there? Are they trying to play more contained with the corner and leaving your pass wide open? So those are some things to look at. Where are they hiding their weak players, and who can I run over and double team? Where are the open bubble holes on that? Where are the linebackers at and there's no linemen? Are they leaving big gaps open? I want to know that. Do they over pursue and are they highly aggressive? Because I can catch them on counters and reverses. And how have other teams been able to catch them? Does that work? Another good thing is, do their linemen move when you split wide? Because if they do move with you and leave you these big gaps, man, split open. Do they jump off sides with a good cadence? Find out if they do. Let's see. Do they show you the defense when you huddle up? Because maybe you want to call at the line of scrimmage, maybe a no huddle kind of thing, and then call the play because they've shown you the defense, and then you can go. How does the safety how does the defense call strong, weak, wide kind of stuff? Have you figured that out? What is the linebacker keying on? I like to key on the tailback a lot, but if I see the fullback going to the hole every play, we'll key the fullback. Are they pulling guards? You key on them. So those are things there. Let's see, defense. Who's playing gap sound and who is running away and doing cowboy stuff? So yeah, who doesn't really want contact with anybody? And so that's where we're running to. Are they playing 2 safeties high? Do they drop a linebacker into Tampa 2? What are they doing there? Who doesn't want to make contact or tackle anybody? Because a lot of times these small corners, they're out there, but they don't really want to make contact with anybody. So you can just run sweeps on them all day. Can our center handle their defensive guards or nose guard? Need to know that so we can get the ball off. How deep are their defensive linemen? Are they close or back? And how deep are their linebackers? Who's their weakest D lineman, linebacker, and corner? Uh, so your strongest guys are as important as knowing who the weak guys are. How does the safety adjust to trips, twins, and motion? Does he have the outside guy, the inside guy? Does he have the motion guy? What's going on there? Who's their best pass defender? Have they made a lot of interceptions? Do they adjust with an offensive line that's unbalanced and that flips, or are they just staying in that base and not really doing anything? Where are they hiding their weak players? I think I keep going over this because that's a key that a lot of people aren't getting, is finding those weak players on defense. What's the weakest area of the defense? And how did their defense do against a similar offense in the formations that we run? I want to know all that. So there's kind of general stuff on defense, special teams. Do they kick deep or onside? I want to know that fairly quickly. If they have a kick return team, how many on the front line? I like to onside kick, so I want to know what their kick return looks like. What's the depth of the second row, and how many players on the second and first rows? Do they kick field goals, range consistent? I haven't dealt with that very much, but you may. Do they go for two or kick an extra point? We've got different rules for those things, so we need to kind of know what's going on there. Will they fake extra points? I used to fake a lot of extra points, and I had my best tailback holding, and so he could throw. So we would do all kinds of crazy things there. The same thing with the punt. Do they punt very much? How far? What style? What formation? How deep is the punter? How far do they punt? Do they fake punt? We will fake punt a ton because we will rugby punt, roll out, and throw or kick. Is their long snapper any good? Do they set up a punt return? Who is deep? Do I need to, deal with that 12, 11 people coming at me, or are they they're just setting back, letting you punt? And really, if they're going to set back in a punt formation and think you're punting, you can fake pretty well. So you can look at that. Kickoff, I've gone into detail here because I really like to onside kick a lot. Or they're going to kick to me. So which sideline are they kicking to? A lot of people will kick to their sidelines because it's far away from yours. Are they unbalanced with gunners to that area? Who's making all the tackles and recovers on their onside kick? What's unique about it? I know we do some crazy stuff with moving people around. Does their backside lose contain? A lot of teams can catch you on that on kick returns. So that's an interesting is look at their backside contain. Like I said, who's making all the tackles and recoveries? Do they kick deep? You need to know that. So you got a good guy back there. You can't hide anybody back there. Do they have a fast guy deep? Can they get to your deep fast guy fast enough? You want to block those fast guys. Who are their safeties? Are they weak in the middle or on the corners? Who are their fastest players to get downfield? Who doesn't really want to make a tackle? Where do they kick it? Down the middle to the side? And who's making all the tackles when they kick deep? So you want to deal with that. So there's kickoff stuff there. Now in the kick return, do they set up for an onside kick? Do they set up for the onside kick? Who are the guys on the front line, the back line? Do they have 5 or 6 on the front line? How many on the second line? Where is the bubble I can kick to? Do they use a tee? Are they moving the football from hash to hash? How do they line on a deep kick return? Are they deep with fast backs? Which way do they try to set up their return? Are their backs too deep? Who are their deep backs? You can kind of look at all that. So basically, we're just trying to figure out both on the kickoff and kick return how everybody's setting up. And so that's what you got going on there. Analysis, basically, you want to summarize all this general info, document some of the detailed stuff like who's really good, who's not, so you can adjust to it. Add what you can into an Excel spreadsheet, sort it, review it, print reports, find it. Tendencies, when you sort it, you want to find your 5 to 10 areas that you can exploit, adjust your game plan, and stop their top 5 plays, neutralize their top players, and make them do something that's new so they'll beat you. And don't forget to scout your own team and analyze your own film. So that's kind of there. I did pull over some things that I've done in the past so you could take a look at. They're kind of dirty, and they're kind of for me, and I couldn't find them all because they're boxed away. But here is I've drawn up some plays here. You can see that I've got a little scouting report here on kind of what we're doing. Here is a stats thing when I've run after I've run some reports and gotten some tendencies here. Here's something that we've done for our own teams here. And we stat the plays we've called and looked at that. And so both on defense and offense in a spreadsheet. Here's a summary on another team that we're running against. I forget that team that we're running against, but there is that. Here they are. They're running a wing tee or split. Let you see that. I've kind of drawn it up here. This is what their defense would look like. So this is the kind of stuff, I drew it out on paper and then I put it into a PowerPoint on this at the time. And then I did a summary. This was actually a Super Bowl season. And you can see I kind of geeked out here. This is a summary if we meet that team again in the playoffs. Here's a Trojan offense, and you can see kind of what I'm talking about here. Here's a play that I drew up. I geeked out and drew some of these plays up actually in PowerPoint. And here was their defense and kind of stuff like that. Here is a template that I'm trying to make up. I'm trying to make up a template for you guys possibly on scouting and that kind of thing. So yeah. So that was a quick breakdown of breaking down game film and scouting. Hopefully I didn't go too fast through there and you guys caught what I was saying, but you could definitely read all those slides. And like I said, I'm going to try to put this out over on the private Facebook forum, which will be in the comments in the info of the video here. And if I do the podcast also. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. You can do that for free. It helps me out with YouTube's algorithm. If you want to support me more, head over to coachparker.org in my playbook store. And I've got 17 ebooks and playbooks over there now. So check all those out. There's a lot of stuff over there right now. And right now, the Wildcat multi-spread offense is on sale for $19.99. So go ahead and check that out. Hey, thanks for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, please like and subscribe. I will see you on the field. Again, this is Coach Parker with coachparker.org. Remember to play for fun, and winning is funner. I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.